What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into a little wrestling. We haven't gotten into a little wrestling in a while, okay? Um, yeah, as some of you know, I am a wrestling fan, and I've watched WWE, WWF when it was that, WCW, ECW, Lucha Underground. I'm aware of AEW. I'm not the biggest fan of those. Some of the guys that started it, so it kind of threw me off a little bit with the company. But yeah, AAA, any type of wrestling, I've been some part of a fan of, or have had emotions towards it. So what I'm going to do today in this video is to run down the top five guys who I think have a shot to break Roman Reigns' historic reign as Universal Champion and also the WWE Champion. He's a dual champion at the moment. So let's get into it. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope today is the day. Hit that red subscribe bar down below. But let's get into it. Number one, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, even though he currently lost his U.S. title to Seth Rollins a week ago or 2 weeks ago, depending on this time frame of the video, um, he, yes, had lost and he's getting into a rivalry with Brock Lesnar. But I think that this could be a good transition for him to come out on top of Brock and go aim his sights onto Roman and become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And I think that out of my choices, he has the best shot, physicality wise. He's a big beefy boy, and to watch two big beefy boys knocking heads together is always great. So Bobby Lashley is my first choice. Sami Zayn. I know he's part of the bloodline. He's having problems with, uh, mainly one of the Usos, Jay Uso. And I think that what's going to happen is him and Jay Uso are going to butt heads so bad that it's going to cost the Usos the tag team championships, thus making Sami Zayn get booted out of the bloodline, needing backup via Kevin Owens, in my opinion, and then start that rivalry with Sami Zayn, and then maybe work his way up to Roman Reigns and winning the championship. Now, is that most likely to happen? No, I don't think so. I know logically it'd be a really hard sell for that to happen with Sami Zayn. But if they write it in, they could write it in differently too, where it's him and Kevin Owens that win the tag team titles. They can try to aim for that as well. But that's my second choice for someone who can maybe take down Roman, so to speak. Take down Roman from the inside. Wait, what? Baron Corbin, number three. Baron Corbin, he is now under the tutelage and managership of JBL, the wrestling god. And I'm surprised they brought JBL back with his history of being a bully. But I've never had a problem with any of the characterizations of JBL. I guess on a personal level, he's a dippity do, but um, yeah, from his times as Blackjack to the Acolytes to APA with Ron Simmons to now with JBL, this man is smart financially, in the world of stocks and bonds and all that stuff. So we might have like a $1 million man type of scenario going on with Ted DiBiase being replaced by JPL and um, King Kong Bundy or whatever in place of uh, Baron Corbin. But hopefully, maybe this will make a stable. I'd like to see Cameron Grimes get in there because of the past, money story that he had with Ted DiBiase. But again, if Baron Corbin was to do this, was to take down Roman Reigns, it would be something that would have to happen between now and WrestleMania because you need to build Corbin back up a little bit as being a legitimate threat to Roman's titles, and he's definitely not at that stage yet, character wise. I think that Baron Corbin is ready for the main event scene. He knows how to be a heel. He is a legitimate athlete. He's a legitimate Golden Gloves champion. I think he's even champion in a branch of the military via boxing. So, um, the man has a pedigree of athleticism, knowing how to get heat behind him. And yes, it would be kind of hard to do a heel versus heel Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin feud, but if we get the breakup of the bloodline during this time, maybe Roman can be the face as whoever of the bloodline stays heel goes with Baron Corbin. Maybe, but I don't know again if that would be something that would be run through as a legitimate option in the stories. Number four, Brock Lesnar. I know. Kind of the same thing with Bobby Lashley, where they're facing off with each other at the moment. But the reason why I prefer Bobby Lashley over Brock Lesnar is how many times are we going to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the titles? That's where I'm going to leave it at. We've seen it enough. It's like that kid from The Simpsons. He's already dead. Like that match is already dead. Enough. So that's all I'm going to say about that. My last choice is Bray Wyatt. Now, out of the other options that I laid out, with Bobby Lashley being my first choice, I'm going to put Bray Wyatt as number two as a legitimate contender to these titles, especially if they're going to build a faction around him. And then you can kind of, again, from now to WrestleMania, do these interfaction matches, build up to the main event of WrestleMania, and winner take all type of thing. Out of the five options I gave, I think Bobby Lashley has the most feasible chance at winning this, the most probable. Um, Bray Wyatt, I think, is the second most probable out of these five picks. The other three picks are more of possible, but not likely at this moment, anyway. Um, those are my picks of the top five guys that can maybe take Roman's titles away from him. If you feel differently down below, let me know down in the comment section there, where I'm pointing at indiscriminately. And let me know what you think. Did I miss anyone who could be a legitimate contender to Roman's titles? Uh, let's talk about it. Let's see where this conversation goes. And until next time, peace, Knuckles!